A fiduciary deed. Hi, I'm Darren Findling of the Probate Pro, and we're going to walk our way through a fiduciary deed. You may be asking, what is a fiduciary deed? A fiduciary deed is a deed that is executed by a fiduciary. That means a guardian, a conservator, a personal representative, a trustee. These are types of fiduciaries. Generally, the power is granted through a court proceeding. We're talking a deceased probate estate, a guardianship, a conservatorship, in which the authority of the fiduciary is vested by a court proceeding. That's typically when they're used. However, that's not the only case. And in fact, a fiduciary deed falls into one of two general categories. A deed in which there's a quit claim, which means that there are no warranties that are being provided in the conveyance, or a warranty deed in which there are warranties that are being expressed within the deed itself. In this particular example, the fiduciary deed is just simply quit claiming the interest from the estate to the heir, to the family member that's taking. So imagine in a deceased probate estate, at some point the real estate has to come from the person that died, from their name, and has to vest title in the named beneficiary or heir or devisee. That's done either through a straight court order or by a fiduciary deed. These fiduciary deeds are then recorded in the Register of Deeds to show notice to the world that the conveyance has occurred. Let's walk our way through this particular deed. Now understand, this is not a form in the sense that there's no place that you can just go get a state court administrative order form. It is something that is generally created by a lawyer or a title company. Let's work our way through it. As you can see, it's titled Fiduciary Deed, and then at the beginning it identifies the name of the personal representative. In this example, I'm using a personal representative of a probate estate. It's naming the personal representative, it's naming the name of the estate, and then it's also identifying the court case number, which vests the authority of the fiduciary to execute the deed. The next part is pretty simple. It's the address of the fiduciary, and then who is the recipient, who is being quit claim deeded the property. If this was a warranty deed, that language would be different. It would reflect the warranties that are being expressed within the deed. Again, the address and then the description of the property, both the city, the county, and then the legal description. Within a deed, generally it's the legal description that is the controlling identification of the parcel that's being conveyed. In addition, there's a commonly known address reflected there, as well as a parcel ID. It identifies the amount of money that's being exchanged for consideration, in this case $1, which then addresses there are certain exemptions that exist in the conveyances that occur in fiduciary estates. Now, that's not always the case, and if there's a sale going on here and the consideration, for example, is $100,000, the exemption would not be there because there would be a transfer tax that would need to be paid. The next spot identifies the date of the conveyance, and then the signature spot for the fiduciary to sign. Below is a typical notarization block that identifies the acknowledgement of the notarization, and then below that, who drafted it, as well as where the deed will get recorded once it's been recorded with the Register of Deeds. So again, a basic understanding of what a fiduciary deed looks like. If you've got questions about any probate-related issue, or you want to discuss a fiduciary deed, reach out to us at the Probate Pro. You can call us at 1-833-PROBATE or visit us at theprobatepro.com.